Breaking Bad is one of the most popular series out there, and after you watch this video, you probably will be able to shoot something like this. Breaking Bad thrives on authenticity. Before we go to the lighting setup, we have to talk about a few quirks that you have to keep in mind before you will be able to shoot something like Breaking Bad. First thing to know is Breaking Bad is not yellow. You're all probably thinking about this warm and soft yellow grading when you think about Breaking Bad, but it's most of the time it's neutral. In 95% of all scenes, Breaking Bad has neutral colors, and these yellow tints that you probably remember are only in a few scenes, and most of the time these are pretty dark and tense scenes. The reason why they do this, they want to make the series realistic. When the audience is watching the show, they should think this is a real thing. Stylistic color grading would destroy this illusion. There are a lot of movies that have the problem right now, like all the new Jurassic Park movies. The old movies had neutral colors like Breaking Bad, but the new movies have a lot of orange teal, and the dinosaurs are stopped looking realistic because of the grading. The grading throws the audience out of the realism because that's not the colors we see in real life, so the audience knew this is fake. Next one is harsh and realistic sunlight. Most of the time people tell you to use a lot of diffusion, make your highlights soft, but Breaking Bad isn't like that. Most of the time you have really harsh sunlight, and the last point is let the set work for you. If the set is amazing, lighting even becomes less important. Our job is to make something look amazing, interesting or cool. You know the problem, if you film a person in front of a white wall, it becomes boring. You can make an amazing lighting setup, but the image would still look boring to most of the people or doesn't fit the mood you want to achieve. So my take is, if you have an amazing actor and an amazing location, everything around it becomes less important because everything speaks for itself. So if you watch our first scene, you can see we adapt a lot of things from Breaking Bad, but they didn't done it exactly like in Breaking Bad. And the reason for this is, as you can see, our shadows are a lot more lifted than in Breaking Bad. The reason for this is we are still creating a commercial and not a TV series. So there is a need for a different look that drives a lot more attention to the viewer. So how did we get this look? First thing is the location. As you can see, we have almost the original van from Breaking Bad. So we have a lot of characteristics. The characteristics you have to look for are these lights. We have a lot of practicals that also gives our viewer a direction. These leading lines helps us to focus on the actor. And next thing you can see, on this corner, we put an aperture tube. On Astera, it doesn't matter, they're basically all the same. I think Nanlite has the most output, but Nanlite has other problems. But as long as you have a tube light that you can fix, you will be having good result. But this is only for stylistic, because the main light is actually out here. Out there we have an ARRI M18 that shines with hard light on our talent. This light only does a little bit of fill in the scene, but this harsh directional light is coming from ARRI M18, and we also have a second ARRI that gives a little bit extra light on the background. Then it's really important, don't just only light the subject, also light your background. Most of the time you light the background before the subject. You get your exposure, set your lights on the background, then you put the talent in here. At the beginning, when you put the actor in, he's probably all black and in shadow and just the silhouettes. And at this point, you can grab your M18 and shine on the talent. And now you only have to change the exposure on him to get the right fill ratio you want. Because if you do it first on the subject, it's far more difficult to do the background because of the sun and other factors. So my tip for you is light the background first and then your subject. On this side we had a fridge that gets a lot of bounce. Also, as you can see, check always your set. We still have your water and a Red Bull, and you probably don't want it in the scene, but no one noticed. Even I didn't notice. I only noticed after the project was uploaded, like always. But it doesn't matter. We also put here a black blanket, just does he get not too much bounce from the back. If there isn't any light, there shouldn't be any light on him. And I think that gives us a really cool, creamy, dark, moody feeling. Also, with this warm highlights everywhere, we get a little bit more of color contrast. As for the close-up, we did the same thing. M18 from out there directly on our actor and just a little bit of negative fill on this side so that we get this really nice half light on his face. So for the outdoor scenes, we did absolutely nothing. We checked in pre-production where is the sun is coming from and waited for golden hour and shoot the whole thing in golden hour. The sun was at this time of the day very low, and as you can see, it gives us this really nice long shadows, hard highlights, and because we shot anamorph, you got this cool blue streak here around the picture. It was this Atlas Auran anamorphics that would be a 32mm lens, and we had to do nothing. What something is that you can do is place here in 12x12 ultra bones that reflects the light from the sun back to our actors. But I didn't feel like it was necessary. Also, we didn't have a lot of time left, so we kept it like this, and I think it looks really, really beautiful. Another thing about the scene, as you can see, it's a little bit yellow, but not really. In the end of the day, it's just a warmer color temperature that gives us this nice warm glow. But to get a nice color contrast and that the image doesn't look washed out at the end, we put the actor in blue clothes, which gives us at the end of the day a really cool, warm and cool look. If you want more tips how to create amazing cinematography, you should probably subscribe to the channel.